Hello everybody, the Lord Root here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. I've actually flooded my base a couple of times trying to get the well going. I figured it would be a shame for this thing to, end on that note, even though, that's half the fun, supposedly. So we'll go through and, while we're at it, we'll go through and we will, maybe remove some of this stuff here. And I want you to notice I moved my dump site. We're gonna start, moving out all these stones because they're going to interfere with the construction of the workshop. And then I also wanted to show you something else. It turns out that the reason this guy is not moved at all is because, oddly enough, his body has been forbidden. So if we go here, we're going to claim his skeleton, and that will do well for us. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this switch, and I'm going to build a stairway up. And another thing I need to do as well, I'm going to remove these walls here because those are going to be turned into something special. So let's get started on that. In fact, I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to, I know I keep on removing the walls, but we're going to mine out this wall here so that we can put chokes in. And so we will do that, and as you can see, now we have the ability to go through. We're going to build an upstairs here. And we'll just make that out of gabbro. And while we're at it, we'll put a wall here as well so that we have something in the way of pressure. Now, once we get up, what we're going to do is we're going to designate by cutting up here. We're going to designate this to be an up-down stairway, and we'll leave this guy here, and then eventually, when we're ready, we're going to want to channel this block out, and that will allow us to that'll allow us to have something that we can put behind the floodgates. So I'm doing this early on so that this gets taken care of pretty quickly. So let's get that done real quick. That may take a little bit of a while because we do need a mason for that, but on the flip side, we're going to have somebody that can now go through here. You know what, I'm just going to go through and build, maybe even an access hall would be good. Because I thought about possibly doing something different here, but we want an airlock. So what we'll do is we'll go up here and we'll designate this area to be mined. And then we will build a door. Now let's see, our deal has been constructed, which is awesome. And we will go on through and begin bringing the doors in. And we'll normally keep the steel locks, not the inner airlocks, so that there's, you know, there's at least something here. But we'll put a downward stair here as well. And hopefully that will result in one of our dudes, you know, being able to do his deal. So we've got, now we got that taken care of. We'll restore this lever state. And we will come up here to that one tile. I believe it is up here. And we will channel that tile out and get some flow going. That should keep us safe for now. Now what's going to be important, and let's just even watch this to make sure this works as predicted. You see we have this torrent of water ready to be, if we go down here, it'll go down this little well area. And it will be placed somewhere down here. But we want to find a way to equalize the pressure here because it's, what's going to happen if we don't is that this thing's going to gain so much in the way of potential energy that this thing will essentially fall back down. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, or it's not going to just fall back down, it's going to flood our well. And what we're doing here is we're setting this up so that the most potential energy it has, and oh look, there's an elven caravan. Let's go ahead and get some of that started while we're at it. And it looks like we have a dead yak. Well, let's call on the butcher to bring it home. Wherever that is. We'll add a new task, butcher a dead animal. And while we're at it, we now need to call some people to do some hauling for us. So, trader is required. Let's go through and we'll take these crafts here and we will, you know, haul them in. And then we'll trade with them. And we'll have to be careful here because we do have wood here. So we'll need to skip that. But with that having been said, we will get a fair amount of stuff out of this. It'll also be important, at least here, for us to begin calling our population our yak population some, because that is going to be a problem if we don't. So what we can do here is remove this zone here, which should be easy enough to do. And we'll first of all move these guys down here, where there will be plenty in the way of yaks. So what we'll do is we'll set this as a pin, and we will bring in our yak party, of which we have 5. And we have so many turkeys at this point that it makes sense for us to begin butchering most of them. But our calves we'll leave behind. We'll butcher some of these bulls. At least 1 or 2, because they're going to die otherwise, and we need to go down here and set this to be pulled. So let's resume that presently, and we'll just get our trader up here. They need to get here as well. So while we're at this, we have this place carved out, right? We're going to we're gonna do 2 things here. The first is that we're going to build the floor here. And then we're also going to channel down a well, and we'll move this floodgate over here. That way, if we ever want to begin channeling down, we can. And in fact, let's just destroy these guys here. We'll put the pressure moderator here, because it's really going to be enough for us to not overflow. Which is essentially what we want. We don't want this thing to come back up through this pile here and overflow. So if we go here, down here at least, you can see this is more or less where our water's going to have to be able to escape. Unfortunately for us, our dwarves can get out of this, but we'll just, for the moment, we'll resume the game. And we will allow oh no, yeah, that's right, the yak is missing here, isn't it? Incidentally, I don't think I mentioned this, but I also shored up our military. Now, why do we have a weird? I guess we have a deal here. We can at least begin trading and he will hopefully come back. And I think now is a good time for us to begin looking at some of these animals. Some of these turkeys, we have, we'll leave some of these turkeys to be slaughtered, but see, there's 3 turkey hens there. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can slaughter at least one of those gobblers. 8, 9. Slaughter this dude. 10, 11, 12. And we have not set them to slaughter, but we have at least that, so we'll kill some of these gobblers here, and we'll kill one of these yak cows. In addition to, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that should provide us with plenty of meat that we can work with. At least here. So these guys are going to be busy slaughtering stuff while while we're working. And when the trader gets back, we will begin trading. And we have a kobold thief. Which I've incidentally missed. Where is that thief anyhow? I guess he's been dead. Because I don't really see him. Or no, there he is. We'll just, we'll get our military to attack him. So that these guys are no longer interrupted. And kill bed making, I think we have enough in the way of beds at the moment. We can certainly survive without additional beds. And so, that will be fine. But our trader is in, so we're going to buy a couple of things. The first thing I think we want to buy is let's buy some seeds here. And sand wouldn't be bad either, just because that will give us some things to do. Whipvine is definitely going to be good to have. Ratweed, fisherberry, and we'll sell what we've got so far. Since these guys are still hauling for us. Now in time, Let's see if that's good enough. Yeah, they seem to be okay with that. No, they don't have any leather for some reason. I guess it's because of various things, but they do possibly have things for us. And the reason I'm buying so many seeds is because you never really know how many of these guys are going to do their deal. They have a giant hamster, a giant porcupine. That it does appear to be, that could be something we'd like, but you know, we'll buy the giant porcupine. That would probably be good for base defense. And then we'll just let them continue to bring stuff up. Now the question is, how is our choke coming? So we'll continue with our choke here. And while we're at it, why don't we'll go here and we'll remove the floodgate, because that's not what we want. And so they're gonna come and they'll get those mechanisms, but I'm going to come down here, build a down stairway, which I believe is J, and we'll channel this guy out as well. And while we're at it, we'll build an up stairway as well, so that these guys can, you know, get their deal going on. And I think this guy here is probably going to be okay. So let's see how the trading's going. I'm sure we've got more people bringing in stuff. It sure appears to be that way anyhow. And we'll just allow these guys to be slaughtered. So we do have to be very careful though. It's why is wall construction being suspended? Well, in that case, why don't we at least get this stuff out? That should be enough for us to be able to get precisely what we need. And if we look here, we've actually got quite a deal of things going on now. So let's just look at our seeds, get an idea of what we have. We do have a fair amount of pump helmets, and a pump helmet spawn, so I'm going to move this up a little bit. And you can see here that we're very slowly gaining meat. In fact, if we go to meat, we have a ton of yak stuff and a ton of turkey meat too, which I personally like. Oh, you know what though? We have to build this wall here, because that's where the deal is. So another thing we're doing here is if we just go here to wall, we need to make our well area 1 or 2 deep. It might be good for us to go ahead and kill some of the bulls as well, because we really only need 1 bull. So if we go to, what is it, Z, animals, let's see how many bulls we have. I think we had at least 3. So we'll set those up for slaughter. And we should now have bones for the economy here. Now, why is that wall been suspended? That's really weird. Let's see, can we get anything else out of this? We could get a magpie. Or we could... See, part of the deal is that, we can't really, we'll offer it as tribute. That way we garner a good reputation, and when they come back, they will be pleased as punch, to use a British term. So what we're going to do here then is we're going to go to constructions. We'll build ourselves a floor here. And then, what we'll do then is we'll build a wall here and we'll mine it out. Because the problem, incidentally, is that I think we've got people coming in that are trying to build. And that one dude is a child. I think that's part of the issue too. That his only way of really doing anything is bringing his kid. Which I don't really like so much. Because, there we go. Hopefully this dude is smart. I guess they're not smart enough. So what we'll do then is we'll build this wall here. Because it's necessary. It's a shame that it... Oh, come on. I'm gonna take that dude off of building duty. Because that's just flat out ridiculous. In fact, while we're wasting time here trying to get this wall built, because he keeps on bringing his kid to the construction site, we can be doing other things. Instead of having this dude, you know, do bring your kid to work day. Now, I believe we're getting a migrant wave pretty soon as well, so we do want to get this going as soon as possible. But, with that having been said, okay, what's going on with this? If he continues to bring his kid in, I have half a mind to slaughter it. Because it's, or at least take him off duty temporarily, because whoever that is that keeps on bringing his kid, oh, somebody's in a fey mood. Let's track him carefully. Because that can be a problem. But let's also make sure that this dude, who is that? That's Amsel. Set V here. The wrong guy. Now, hopefully Olin, being one of our better miners, is going to be okay here. Let's see exactly what it is that this dude wants. Because one thing that I totally forgot to get going at the moment is we need lots and lots of coal. And equally we need lots and lots of iron bars. And we'll get 10 too. Now where's this crazy guy? And what is he making? I mean, whatever it is, it's apparently rock. Tanned hides. Do we have any tanned hides? This could be bad. We'll cut some gems for him, but the tanned hides part may be difficult. Let's see if we have any. We should, but because I think I bought some. If we go to tanned, oh yeah, we do have plenty of tanned hides, so that's not going to be a problem. However, speaking of which, we do want to get a tannery going. So what we'll do is we'll finally do that. We'll build a workshop, a tanner shop that would be in, and we'll just put that somewhere down here. And once DJ Tanner comes, that's who I'm going to call the Tanner. You know, DJ Tanner off of Full House, as always. Let's, you know, let's even entertain the idea of building, real quick. We need to wall this guy in. So what we're going to do is we'll channel. So I believe that leads down here. And we'll build a, it looks like I didn't get this thing channeled out properly. Oh, let's see. Yes, channel this. Oh, we'll channel this out, and then we'll build a wall around this. And, I believe if we do that, then what do we have in the way of iron bars? Do we have anything? If we go to bars, bars, we have charcoal. We're going to have a couple of bars here at least. And I'm hoping he's getting down to... I'm hoping he's getting down to making some of this stuff. Because, in fact, I want to check on something, because construction is suspended. Okay, we're going to... I hate to say it, but this dude, so what was his name? Amsel. The fact that he has a kid means he's got to go off the masonry. Because he keeps on bringing that stupid kid of his. And we'll just lock ourselves in again. There's a... Yes, of course there's a creature occupying that. I don't understand why you would think that there wouldn't be. There we go. There seems to be a bizarre little bug going on. To where, you know, it doesn't really... We'll just leave these guys here, because they're going to be, well, you know what, that's good enough. We have so much stone that... Oh, we never made this a dump, did we? No wonder these people are having trouble hauling. Oh cool, now he has everything he needs. So we got the metal industry up in time, which is rather rare, if I do say so myself. In fact, why don't we... Let's not build that there, because... Again, they're gonna try to stand on the wall whenever they build it. And they are now doing their thing. We have migrants, which may mean we have a mayor. Now, who is our mayor? Bimble, or Beamble, I guess, is our mayor, and he is going to need a lot of things to help us get going. Though we, of course, have a bed that we can do, and we have a door. And throwing down a chair I don't think will be any problem. Well, I think we even have an armor stand, but he has a little bit stronger requirements than the sheriff. He needs a lot of things, which includes, let's see, we got a mason's workshop here. We're gonna put two of those up here. But he's going to, you know, he's going to do his deal. And our stockpiles are beginning to overflow already. This is quite annoying. I'm not exactly sure why it is that maybe this needs to be hauled. That's the only thing I can think is that this guy may need hauling. And once we construct this latch, I mean, it's a casterite cabinet, awesome. That is just what we need. Unless he intends to put that in his... where's our cabinet? No, he does not intend to put that in there. But it is kind of cool that he made it. Because it will bring up the values of the room significantly. And we've also got this guy here that's he's destroying this wall. And we're going to try yet again to build this. Except that's not what I wanted to build. Because if we go back, I'll put this in the wrong place, it looks like. We'll just put the wall here. It gets somebody to build it. And is that complete? It's still being... Oh no, it is complete. Let's make a cabinet and 2 coffers. And maybe somebody will be able to reach it. Can this be reached? Well, I'm going to put down a floor here, at least. And what about these guys here? We do have quite a deal of refuse, and we're going to want to do something about that. So, what we'll do is we will add another refuse stockpile for now. And maybe somebody will haul up some of that spare refuse there. Cool, we have our last wall we have to build. And hopefully that will not be a problem. we also, at some point, probably pretty soon, need to schedule somebody to make stone blocks. And that's, while we're at it, these guys here are, they're doing just about everything they can. We'll turn off the, we'll turn this off, we'll put finished goods in here. And we'll just begin making this guy right here. And while I'm at it, we need to remove or claim the stuff we've forbidden. And one more thing. Why don't we build a wall here to block this guy off? There we go. Now all we have to do is remove this one stone wall. We'll get somebody here to just bring it out, and that will allow us to control the water some with any amount of luck. And I think at this point it's probably going to be good enough for us to put down, maybe after we reclaim that stone, because we're not going to be able to get it back at this point. If we don't, we'll remove this guy as well. And that should be enough now to where if we want to build the floodgate, that we can. As long as he's on the right side, that's all that will matter. In fact, let's go up to our switch here and wire that back up. So we'll link to a floodgate, and we'll just use 2 mechanisms in order to do that. And hopefully our mechanic will come down. Now, how are we doing on alcohol? We need to get we need to get some people doing some major brewing. Because at this point we are running out of alcohol, and as we know, dwarves do not respond well to having no alcohol. But if we're lucky, or rather if we're good, what may end up happening here, and we'll just leave that in, come to think of it, at least for now, what we'll do is we'll wall this off and get somebody here to try this out. Now I'm gonna save because this part happens to create a lot of issues if you don't. But I will be right back, and we'll go ahead, we'll save the game now. So I'll be back here in a bit. Alright, I did forget to put walls down here, but that'll be fine. And what we'll do here is we'll go ahead, we'll get this guy resumed. And let's see what has gone wrong, or if anything will go wrong. So we'll just get those walls going. That should not take long at all. And at this point, I think we're good to pull the switch. Let's try that. If we're lucky, then what will happen is that this will basically come and fill out like that, right? And we do have mud being generated, but you can see as we go down here that this thing is filling up quite quickly. And we're going to have to get this thing to fill up. And so our choke does appear to be working to some degree. It is filling up quite rapidly, and we haven't so far we haven't overdone it. Because if we do, then that's a problem. But as we wait for this thing to average out, I mean, we've contained this pretty well, I think. And when this reservoir drops down, as you'll see here, the hope is that this thing will not overflow, because it's not going to have any pressure. I mean, we do happen to have this at 5. It is building up very slowly at this point. And as you can see, this is becoming quite an issue. But this is up to either 6 or 7. I want this to be all 7s probably. You can see we got these little waves coming through. And if we get this at 7, then what may happen here is we may just go ahead and cut that off. Now, had I been smarter about this, I might have put the floodgate elsewhere. But that 7 is propagating over there. And the question is, will it overflow with no pressure? I believe the answer to this is probably no. Or, you know, it could be like a volcano in that sense. Because, well, part of the deal is, you know, what do we have here? We have another trading caravan that I'm gonna have to leave until next time probably, but let's at least get them situated. Even though it says it's inaccessible, we'll pull that lever and they might swing by. And we will begin moving more of our goods in here as well. If we go to, I don't know who it is that we have here, but we have no crafts, it looks like. Well, maybe they will trade us. I really don't want to give them beer. Let's give them. Let's see what we have. Is there anything really worth giving them? We'll give them some turkey hen eggs, because it's something to trade. It's not really the best, but we will, we'll see what they have, and then we'll bring it. Although I think blocks, as long as we have enough. Let's see what the blocks are worth. Not enough to really, be worth it. We'll just have to, make contact with them. What time is it now? It's late summer. Hopefully those guys will, you know, oh, no owner assigned. What's up with that? Hopefully those guys will, become a little bit, you know, a little bit more, is that overflowing any? I guess we'll have to see. It's probably the dwarves here. And unfortunately, well, you know what? We could give them, we can't really give them bones. What are beds worth? We'll sell some of our beds. Although, you know what? We actually have plenty of meals here that would make... Oh, we have charcoal. extracts all sorts of things. Yeah, we'll sell some of this meat because we have plenty of it. And how is the still going down here? Do we... These ripples may need to be dealt with. But until then, I think we'll leave this for another time because you know, it may be necessary at some point to put this on a different lever. However, we will very quickly we'll build, we have armor stands, weapon racks. That's one thing I totally forgot to build. And that's going to, it's a rack. What else do we have? Do we have any coffers? I think that's H. H for, somehow for coffer. And we'll get this, you know, maybe we'll get this well constructed as well next time. As, that would be an awesome thing to do, I think. I mean, we are pretty close to this thing filling up. You can see the thief. Well, this is... I have to take care of this. Is our trader in? Yeah, we'll... I think this is a human. Let's just see if they have anything that we can use to build goodwill. Because, I would prefer to do that. Something we can get stuff out of. I think we'll, in fact... Whoa, look at that turkey hen egg barrel. That... that is nice. I wasn't quite expecting that. Yeah, let's get as much in the way of resources that we can get out of this, because it's not a bad idea, really, to get leather. We've got a ton of it. Wow, that is really awesome. We'll continue, I guess, to buy this leather because I really do need it. we'll grab another anvil as well, so we can start crafting weapons. Common skate meat, anchovy, valley herbs. We'll grab these. Bloated tubers as well. They, you can make beer out of them, I think. And silver bars as well. Let's try that. Well, I think that'll be good for now, and we'll just let the ripples work themselves out and hope that this does not flood the base. Because I think we've actually got a fair amount of stuff going on. But it looks like once this thing stabilizes, it'll be nice. And in fact, I'll pause the video real quick while it does. Well, after doing some work here, it seems that the pressure gradient never dips, which is a good thing in my eyes. Let's just, real quick before we leave, let's queue up a well. What is that, L? I'll make that out of gabbro and mechanisms. And maybe somebody will come and build that, I don't know, but if they don't, then it looks like somebody's working on it. But that will work for now, I think. I don't think there's any possibility that this thing will ever overflow, given that bubble there. I guess if we really wanted to, we could close the deal. But I think we're more or less ready to end the game here. And let's just see, we have... What happened here? Oh, that person is... a person has been injured. Well, I don't know. There's really much that we can do about that, but we do have the well at least. So, at any rate, this has been Thy Lord Root, and I will see you later.